Hello everyone, it's Fela and John from Dreamshade, and you're listening to Honest Brutality.
Created by the people, created for the people. No holds barred, no punches pulled, just honest brutality. I don't know what the fuck you guys are thinking, but you don't ever talk about my band again. What's this honest brutality shit anyway?
Honest Brutality.
Hey everybody, this is Camera Rebel from Honest Brutality, and today we are sitting in and chatting with the guys of Dreamshade all the way from Switzerland. We have Fela and John on the line. Hey guys, how are you?
Hello everyone.
Hello.
Fine, and you?
Doing very, very well, thank you. So say you guys are about ready to drop a new album, and how are you feeling about that?
We are very excited, you can imagine, because it's a long time that the album is ready.
Yeah.
We have to work on many stuff, and finally here we are, December the 9th, it's going out all over the world. And this is actually the first interview we did to the album.
Yes.
And so,
Right on. Well,
thanks, yeah.
we feel honored and privileged.
Oh,
Yeah.
So it's called Vibrant, and the single on there, the radio single, is Dreamers Don't Sleep. And I have to tell you guys, that is an amazing song. I absolutely love it. I love your guys' style. It's pretty rad. So when are you guys going to be dropping another single before you drop the whole album, or?
There are some scheduled singles right now, but I think that there will be some instant grabs from iTunes first.
I see.
So maybe, I think next week, November 11th,
Oh, good.
we will drop a new song. It's a total different song from Dreamers Don't Sleep, but that's what the band is about. So we're
Right.
trying to be very versatile and different from each song.
You guys you're very diverse in your style in general. Album for album, song for song, you're kind of all over the map. Is there a rhyme or reason behind that?
I don't know. I think we just write whatever we like without really concerning about the genre.
Right.
Well, who's writing the lyrics for the most part?
It's mostly me and Kevin, the singer.
Okay, so listen, your latest single, there's a line about fighting through with a smile. One of the greatest lines I've heard in a song in a long time. It was really cool to see that, man.
I love that one.
Yeah. See, I'm not alone. You're glad to see you like it too. It's good stuff. So, hey, we know you guys have been to the U.S. before. Is there plans to come back over here on the next tour?
We are so willing to do that, actually,
Yeah.
and we're working on it, and we're waiting for some maybe proposals from you guys from the US.
Gotcha.
Well, I'm going to make a proposal right now. I propose you come to California again. How's that?
Hey, just have to take our agenda and take a look
Yeah.
at it. But yeah, I think that this time we have very good chance to do it because we are now with an American label, and this can make a difference. And then it's more
totally.
easier for us now to come to US. So we just are taking some proposal and check which one will be the best moment and the best place. But sure, we would love to do that as soon as possible.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, the album comes out December 9th, and that's right near Christmas time. So are you guys going to tour right away? Or are you going to wait till after the first of the year? What's happening with that?
I think we will more likely wait until January or February to tour, because it's a better time for tours in general, and at least in Europe. I don't know about the US.
Oh yeah,
But-
same here. Yeah, absolutely.
And speaking of tours, you guys have been to a lot of places. So we have, what do we have? Asia.
Yes.
South Africa.
South Africa. Where else have you guys gone?
We've been to North America in 2013 for some shows. We played all over Europe, and yeah, it's mostly that. 4 continents.
So what is the most like interesting cultural difference that you guys have noticed on your tours?
Wow.
You know why it's a good one? Because when we were touring Asia, we from 4 different countries in 10 days.
Wow.
And found 4 or 5 different cultures in 10 days. So it's hard to say
Oh, yeah.
which is the most amazing or which one is the best or the worst. We don't know. We simply had a great time in each place there.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's too difficult to say because there are fast travel. You know, 2 days in a place it's not enough to talk about cultures or stuff like that
and experience it. Right. So which do you think was more hardcore as far as the fans? More metal.
More metal. I think Russia. Russia is
really?
Yeah.
That's great. It's a great place. I mean,
nobody makes better vodka, right?
Yeah, but we had some really sick shows there, and the tour was very long because the country is obviously enormous.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed that. Very cool.
You guys played the Whiskey a Go-Go in Hollywood, and it looks like you guys tore it up. How was that? Because everybody who's anybody in rock and metal wants to play the Whiskey, and there's so much history there. I mean, you guys, it looked like you just had an absolute blast on stage. We just saw the video, and do you guys take that into account when you're there? Like, oh my God, Lemmy from Motorhead stood on the same stage, or, Motley Crue started here, or anything like that. You think about that at all?
Yes, we did actually, not when we were on stage there, but before the show, it was like a pretty magical moment for us because we didn't expect anyone to show up at the show.
You guys are rad.
Hey, man. Yeah, we got American hospitality here. You
Absolutely.
kidding me?
I love being in California. Really, I really can't wait to be back because we had such a great time.
I highly recommend to the listening audience, if you haven't already checked it out, check out Dreamshade's California Diaries series on YouTube.
Yep.
You guys, I've got to tell you, that's some of the most entertaining TV I've seen in a while.
We had so much fun. I mean, it was not meant to be focused on the band touring, but more for the people to get to know the band.
Exactly.
Outside.
Right. And that's kind of what we want to do here today. So I was cracking up. I'm watching this. You guys are slapping each other's faces, tapping each other's balls. Watching you guys in the grocery store was a hoot.
Yes.
We do things a little different over here, don't we?
Okay. But you know what? Without Slap, but we are going to release another kind of documentary about the band because we spent some days in Sweden to mix Vibrant, the album, and we also shoot all the time the band in the studio and go around. But, I mean, it's not hilarious like the Californian Diaries.
Yeah.
But there are some backstage of the band that, I mean,
pretty interesting
for fans. And I don't know when exactly, but we are going to release it probably.
I don't know. I think it will be like closer to the release.
Probably.
Yeah, maybe 1 or 2 weeks before.
And the focus of it is kind of on the new album and its creation?
Yeah, it's about the production of the album.
Okay, cool. Right on.
Well, you've been working on this album for some time now, huh? How long have you guys been really working at it?
Too long, man.
Okay, so we have the first single. Have you guys played any of the new stuff live yet?
We did with Dreamers Don't Sleep, just with that track for the moment, and we had a huge response for us. I mean, it was great. In the Asian tour was for that single.
Oh, nice.
And it's crazy. The engagement with the fans was like overwhelming.
Yeah, and especially for that song.
Yeah.
Yeah. We hope to receive the same response for the rest of the album.
Yeah, hopefully.
Oh, you know what? We've gone online and we've checked out a lot of your guys' older stuff, and I mean, you guys are just spot on. So if it's anything like your old stuff, I mean, you guys are going to be blowing up. That's my prediction. So
awesome. I mean, are you talking about Gift of Life, the last album?
Yeah.
There will be, I think, some songs that will sound pretty much like that, and there will be some new experiments, but with that same attitude of writing songs. Right. So that's the main point of the band, in my opinion. I mean, we write songs in a certain way. Mm-hmm. The genre is not so important, so it will sound Dreamshade anyway.
Right. You know, we were talking beforehand about your guys' music, because it's heavy music, and I call it music for musicians. You guys are quite talented at what you do, but you're doing something that's really difficult, and that is you're playing heavy music with strong vocals and great, just a great mix down, mm-hmm. and then you're able to convey emotion through that, and that's really hard to do. You don't see it very often. It's not. A lot of people have tried and failed, but you guys are succeeding at that, and I think that's what's going to separate you guys going forward as a band, especially if you continue to grow on that with the new album. I think your future is bright as hell.
Wow.
Thanks. You probably give us the best compliment we can imagine.
Yeah.
Because,
well, that's what I do. That's what I'm here for, man.
He's a little cocky. No.
Because you talk about emotions and feelings, and this is the best thing that we could hope to communicate and to share. So thank you.
I mean, the lyrics are a very, very important part of our music, and we really hope that people can get what we say. Also because we are not actually English-speaking people. So
What? No way! Give me a break.
We just try to communicate what and I really hope that we are doing it in the right way, so everybody can understand what we say.
Right.
Well, I'm really glad that you like that.
Well, music's universal. And if you can convey what you want through music, you're gonna be successful. So you guys, as far as I'm concerned, and I already told you that the line from the new song about being able to fight through a struggle with a smile, mm-hmm. that's awesome. And if your lyrics throughout the entire album are like that, we're in for a real treat.
Yeah, absolutely.
Speaking about this, we're going to release a commentary for the album, track by track, so we can explain what the songs are about, because we feel that the lyrics are so important that everybody should understand what we're talking about.
That's a great idea.
That's a
fantastic idea. That's bitching. I wish more bands would do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, fella, did you do any formal guitar lessons or?
We never did that, but we will probably release some playthrough of the songs, maybe to explain some riffs. How do we play that riff? How do the bass line does in that particular song? Yeah, because of some fans ask us. When we will try. We're trying to find the time to do that, but we will also do that just after the release of the album. Probably. Yeah,
the playthroughs are pretty popular right now.
Yes, it is, and we also sometimes takes time to see the other bands doing this stuff, and it's interesting. I mean, it's another way to show the backstage of a band, because it's different than a performance on stage or a video clip. It's more intimate. It's a lovely stuff. We will try to do that as soon as possible.
Sure.
One thing I noticed on this new track, the new single, is your vocal growth. The band's vocals have really grown with each album, and in this particular track, the two of you are I don't know if you're harmonizing necessarily, but you're definitely doing something that's super sonic vocally, and that is amazing. I hope you guys got a lot more of that coming our way.
Yep.
There is a lot.
Awesome. That's awesome.
There are so many different vocal styles in this album. I mean, since we are not necessarily heavy metal listeners, but we do have many different influences. We try to converge everything in one album, so there will be many different vocal styles, and you will see
different kinds of streams, different kinds of clean vocals and choir together, like in Dreamers Don't Sleep.
Yes.
It's probably the vocals on this album, by my opinion, and I'm the bass player, I mean, is the most interesting part of this album.
Gotcha. So now that's interesting that you say that you guys aren't metal listeners. So how did you guys get into this genre if you're not really metal listeners? That's very interesting.
We were like really heavy metal listeners in our early age, like when we were 16.
Uh-huh.
We started the band, and then we were like super huge fans of Children of Bodom.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And before that, before discovering that band, we were like, we had a punk rock band.
Mm-hmm.
We felt like we could do so much more with music. So we dropped that project and studied for a few years, then came back together, me and the other guitar player, and started Dream. So metal is what drove us into this loving of music and loving about the instruments and the writing process and doing something special and not the standard. So I guess that's what is stuck with us with this genre. So
I like that.
We are trying to bring in Dreamshade many different styles,
Right.
but it will be, of course, like rock and metal, because
I like that.
we knew music.
You're now part of the heavy metal genre, though, the hard rock and heavy metal genre with your music. How does that audience treat you? I mean, does that feel, really reciprocal when you're out there doing it?
It's great. I mean, we love the energy about our music. So when we play live, we want it to be
as powerful as possible,
yes,
as punchy as possible.
I think that's the right place for us.
Yes, it is, because of if you came to a show of Dreamshade, you listen to music who's not only metal, but if you see us on stage, the power and also the movements of the band, it's
really energetic.
It's really energetic, and it's a metal show. Not only a metal show, but there's that kind of power. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Now, you guys had said in another interview that I read that the metal scene in your area isn't that prevalent, isn't that big. Is that true?
It's like very small. I mean, we live in a very small country, and everything is very small. So of course.
Oh, really?
we live in a very small town in a very small country. So yeah. There are not so many metal shows, rock shows. If you wanna see a big audience, you need to go to a Beyonce concert.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So I guess my question there is, how did you propagate your music? How did you get it to grow? Did you have to go beyond your borders? How did you get where you're at?
Yes, I mean, we started this band 10 years ago, and we were kids basically. So our fourth or fifth show was already in another country. It was like in Slovenia, I guess. And then we started touring outside of Switzerland.
Oh.
Right.
Actually, in Switzerland, we're not even really popular.
Same story,
Yeah, it's always like that with every band, I guess. Maybe not in the US.
Well, it's funny you say that. We're hearing that as a common theme in Europe. We talked to a band called Black and Hail over in Austria, and they were telling us there's really no scene there. And then we talked to some bands even in London that are saying the scenes are small. And then in France, there's nothing going on.
New York.
But we keep hearing there's no scene, but we see these huge festivals and things going on where, what the hell? Somebody's into this music.
Yeah, I mean, the festivals are the biggest occasion in Europe for metal and rock, because everybody is on vacation during summer. they go to festival, they can pay just one ticket and see like so many
50
bands.
bands
Yeah.
probably.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But they don't necessarily go to smaller shows or pay. I don't know. Switzerland is very expensive, for example, for the tickets. So you need to move to all the biggest city in Switzerland, which is Zurich, to go see medium to big bands,
Right.
which are touring. So not everybody is willing to move to go to the shows.
Yeah.
Right.
Festival,
They do.
it's different.
Yeah.
They do. Yeah.
So, do you guys enjoy playing the festivals? Are those good audiences typically?
Yes. I mean, Europe is big into festivals, so
Yeah.
most of the times are well organized. You see a lot of movement. There's a lot of people, and it's just being on vacation with rock. So,
That's my kind of vacation.
Right? Exactly. So what's the biggest crowd do you think you guys have played in front of? Or played for, rather?
China.
China probably,
Yeah.
MIDI Festival last year.
We played together with Killswitch Engage in China.
Awesome.
What was the name of the city? MIDI
Suzhou.
Festival, Suzhou.
Yeah, Suzhou.
And it was like very, very big for us, maybe the biggest.
Dave Mustaine from Megadeth went to China earlier this year, and the foreign ministry there required them to change some of their lyrics in their songs.
Yes.
Okay.
Did
They
you guys,
do.
Yeah, did you have to do that on some of your songs?
No, we changed nothing, but they asked
They asked
us
all
to
of our
send the
lyrics.
lyrics of all the song we were supposed to play,
Yeah.
and we had to do that. Yeah.
Because
Wow.
they actually want to see first if you are talking about politics, about freedom, about religion, or
Like that.
they do that,
Yeah.
and they're very serious and strict about it. So we had to send them all of the lyrics we ever written from our first EP to the recent.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah,
Crazy.
Fortunately, we never spoke about religion or politics.
Right.
So
Which is why you're successful.
Yeah. It's true.
Is that true?
Yeah, there is.
So how did that make you feel when they asked you for that? Was that a weird feeling?
yeah, it was weird.
It was weird, but at the end, we said, okay, we send the lyrics and let's see. I mean, we know that we are a band with positive lyrics, and we don't have nothing to hide about what we say in our cities. So at the end, we did it, and nothing happened. I mean,
Yeah,
there were no problem actually.
it was a very cool tour, by the way.
Now, I imagine it's pretty interesting. You getting because China's really kind of newer to the whole rock metal scene, and that's a huge potential audience.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
absolutely huge
Absolutely.
potential audience.
It is.
Yeah, and they're eating it up. I'm sure, right?
Yes, it's crazy, and the people are amazing. The shows, the venues, everything. They have like the biggest cities on earth. So
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
it's a potential market for everybody, and they're really into rock. So I guess there will be an opportunity for many more bands to come and tour there.
I think that's going to be the next big market. Now, here's my curiosity: are they moshing over there? Are there mosh pits for those Chinese crowds?
Yeah, they do that.
Sing-alongs, mosh pits, whatever.
They're doing everything we do here in the West.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's the same.
Good.
Yeah.
Now I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
There's
That's
hope
awesome.
after all.
So do you guys get in the mosh pit?
Yes, it was. We really had some cool shows there.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Do you guys ever get in the mosh pit?
At our shows?
Or any shows. Do you guys go mosh yourselves or no?
No, not anymore.
Cowards.
John?
Wait a minute.
John, what about you?
No, for me it's the same. Not anymore because I don't know.
We're pussies.
I love your honesty.
No, you
save for the next day, save for the next show we had to do.
Exactly.
You don't want to mess up that pretty face.
Wow,
Good
that is so
stuff.
awesome. So I have a quick question for you guys. Do you two live together?
No. We live close to each other.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's close to each other. Yeah.
What do you guys do when you're not out touring or in the studio?
Other musical stuff.
Yeah.
Fortunately.
Yeah.
So do you guys have full-time jobs or?
Not full time for me, but yeah.
For anybody.
Yeah, I mean, maybe Sarah.
Maybe Sarah, yeah. But we all are in the music business stuff. I mean, Fella is a promoter, concert organizer. I work for a radio station. I'm a music programmer. Sarah, the drummer, is a technician in a big theater here. We'll do stuff like that.
Nobody's working at McDonald's?
No.
There is just one McDonald's in our city.
Oh.
Really?
Good.
Yeah, good.
Get rid of it.
Yeah.
We're not big into fast food.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
I'm sure when you guys were here in the U.S., you noticed it's a big part of the culture here.
I know.
Sadly, but it is.
That and mini golf.
That's what it is.
You say sadly, I mean, I don't know, because I found many good fast food in U.S. many years ago when I was there. If you like street food, I mean, it's a great place to find good stuff to eat.
Well, there's good stuff, but there's an epidemic here in our country that's not good partially due to the fast food, the ease of unhealthy food. Let's put it that way.
Yes, I know. And also in China, I saw that they were beginning to follow your footsteps.
Well, that brings up a question. You guys are all very fit guys. I mean, so do you have a regimen on the road as far as staying fit and staying healthy? Aside from lifting each other?
No, actually, well, I'm skinny. I'm not fit.
And for me, it's the same.
Yeah. Most of us are skinny. Maybe Kevin just lost I don't know how many kilograms, but he was a little bit better. But now he's
the fittest of the band.
He's the fittest of the band.
You just called him a lard ass in front of everybody. That's terrible.
No, he's a great guy.
He's going to be angry when he hears this.
That's awesome. So how long has Kevin been with the band? We noticed that you had a different vocalist on previously.
He joined the band in 2011, and yeah.
Well, I got to tell you, I enjoy his vocals. There's a broad range there that he can do, and it's got depth to it. It complements your music a lot. It's huge. I don't know how you found him, but it was a great find.
Absolutely. And then when he and Fella get to singing together, it's just magical.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
So where's that anger coming from when you're giving that growl?
I don't know. It's not anger. I think it's
bullshit. It's anger.
No, really. It's just that I happen to use that technique. I'm really comfortable with that technique, and I make any kind of effort to do that. It's so easy for me. So I guess that's why I'm using it. Yeah. And we find out trying and doing funny things in studio, and then we liked it, and so we used it. Yeah. I don't know.
Well, it's a good thing you guys did use it. It's amazing.
It's working. It's working.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go from one of you to the next. I want to know, John, picking on you. What's your weirdest quirk?
My weirdest?
Weirdest quirk. What is the weirdest thing you do?
You know what? Probably 3 times a week I go to play volleyball each time after the rehearsal of the band. Yeah.
Well, it's interesting to know you're hitting a volleyball instead of your bandmates' balls. That's just kind of nice.
That's just warm up. That is awesome.
I don't know, actually.
Is volleyball big over there?
Not actually. Not really. That's why
it's weird.
Yeah.
So fella, what about you?
The weirdest thing I do,
Cooking fish.
I cook a lot, and it's not really weird, but I'm really big into cooking, and I spend so much time doing it and trying new stuff and examine recipes.
That's awesome.
I don't know.
Whoa, easy. That's a real rock star thing to do.
Not really, but I love it. I don't know.
Okay, actually, I'm gonna flip this question. John, what is the weirdest thing about fella? There you go.
Can I have 5 minutes to think about it?
Yes.
There's that many?
The weirdest. Oh my god.
Or what's the funniest thing
The
about
funniest thing, yeah.
Go ahead.
Give it to us. Come on.
Probably you can't imagine because we are far, and probably the smell of his hair. Her superstar here in town, because each time he knew a new girl or friends or stuff, anybody ask him what kind of stuff he put on his hair.
So what kind of stuff do you put on your hair, fella?
I use do you guys have Lash?
Lash?
Blush?
Lash is like
cosmetic mark.
Yeah, an English brand.
No, we use stuff that men use. We don't use that.
Hey, speak for yourself.
I'm a pussy for that.
If we learn nothing else today, it's that fella's a pussy. He's admitted it twice.
I'm not ashamed. There is no shame in saying that.
I love this guy.
That's so awesome.
I really try many different shampoos and stuff.
Hey, I can relate. I can relate, fella. I have a hair fetish.
You're a girl, so obviously.
Yeah, exactly. You probably have a Brazilian wax too. I'm concerned about you, buddy.
Yeah, I do.
Yes.
I love having hair, so
yeah. I have to say that I have a hair fetish, and my hair is pretty long too. But I'm a little jealous of your curls.
That's what it is. That's what it is. Yeah.
It's pretty amazing.
It's kind of things. Yeah.
So what's the funniest thing about John?
About John, the funniest.
It's gonna get ugly here. I can feel it.
It's not ugly. It's he's a real traveler, so it's always ready to go, and he lives with his suitcase ready. And
is that because he's on the run?
You go into his bathroom, and he has how do you call it? The
in English, I don't know.
Tampons?
Beauty case.
Oh.
Yeah, he has that one ready to go, and it's always he's going to travel the next day. So you happen to ask him, where are you going? And he says, nowhere. I mean, I live like this. So
he's got his volleyball in his bag and he's ready to go.
Yeah, he's ready to tour.
Oh my gosh. That's amazing. So I have another question for you. Let's start with you, fella. You have a choice to live with a gorilla who knows sign language or a dog who sings lullabies. Which do you choose and why?
Gorilla. Totally.
Why?
Because I love monkeys. I find them really, really funny. I mean, I could totally live with one.
So do you know sign language?
Sorry?
Do you know sign language?
What's that?
Sign language for the deaf. You talk with your hands.
Sign language.
Don't worry, John understands. He's got us.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, John, same question to you. You have a choice to live with a gorilla who knows sign language or a dog who sings lullabies. Which do you choose and why?
I have the gorilla because I saw a very funny video of Flea, the bass player of Red Hot Chili Peppers, many months ago. With this gorilla who's playing the bass, and I'm totally in love with the. So the gorilla is the animal for me.
Did you just call Flea a gorilla?
I don't know.
I stumped you, didn't I?
It's a really famous gorilla. It's called like Coco.
Coco, yeah.
Coco, yeah.
We know what you're talking about. He's busting your balls. Tell him to shut up.
I'm having fun with you. I'm being a dick, okay?
I noticed.
Yeah.
That's my job.
And you're great at it.
I appreciate that.
I love it.
You guys have been a lot of fun so far, by the way. Thank you.
So now, as far as your guys' future is concerned, like I know that you guys are just getting ready to drop Vibrant. So what do you guys foresee in the future as far as like when you're going to start making new music and that sort of thing? Are you guys going to tour for a year or two, or what are you guys doing?
Well, usually it takes like at least 2 years to write and record a new album.
Right.
And we are actually pretty slow in doing that because we throw out so many ideas, but not all of them will end up in the album. So
right.
It takes a lot of time to get satisfied to a point that we want to release the songs. So I guess we will start touring in the beginning of 2017.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm already writing new stuff, but like I said, the process is pretty slow. So 2 years to the next album.
So
You know what?
You going to tour for the next 2 years, or just you plan on just taking like a year to tour and then start the new album? Or are you going to just continually tour until the next album's ready to roll?
Well, we will for sure tour and play shows. So that's the main activity for the next years. Yeah.
We don't know. We'll see. One thing we probably know is because we never try to write on the road.
Never.
So we feel more comfortable at home here.
That makes sense.
It depends, because I see many bands that are forced to write on tour because they are on tour all the time. Next year we had some times before the Asian tour to write stuff and finish after, so we never try to do it on the road. We'll see. For the moment, we are used to write at home. Yeah, that's probably why it takes so much time.
You guys enjoy being on the road? Is that a fun part? Is that fun to you?
I love it. It's all there. I mean, that's the moment where you say to yourself, okay, all the efforts I did for the last years
makes sense.
Now makes sense.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Do you guys have girlfriends?
Yes, we do.
And do they go on the road with you? Are they supportive when you go on the road? How is that working out?
Yeah, they are very supportive, but they don't come with us on tour because we usually travel in 8 people.
Yeah.
Band plus crew. And usually it's hard to get more people to tour for us, for a band like us, at least. And
Yeah, 8 people's a lot.
They have their jobs, so they can't wait to go on tour with their boyfriend. So
right, exactly. So now I noticed on some of your guys' videos, you rent equipment when you travel far. Have you guys have you had any issues with the equipment before? Like you get on stage and something's malfunctioned, or because it's always nerve wracking when you're borrowing equipment or renting equipment because it's not your equipment. You know what I mean? So it's like driving somebody else's car.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same.
That's why we try to have some lightweight stuff to travel with us. I mean, we are not big fans of digital stuff. But we try to travel with our own preamplifiers and tube stuff. Not very, big, in fact, but yeah, portable. We try to be as much portable as possible.
Yeah.
And we got 2 backlines. The one is for Europeans tour with all the amplifiers and cabinets and stuff like that, and the other one it's kind of this preamplifiers in soft case to travel around the world, and for the moment it works well for us because we got our own sound even without moving amplifiers and even the need of digital stuff.
Yes.
So we got this kind of hybrid situation that works for the moment.
Yeah, we had a problem, if I'm not mistaken, at the Whiskey A Go Go. with renting, because we got some stuff from Angle because they are endorsing us, and we had a problem with one of the amps before the show, and it was crazy. I mean, you never know when you're borrowing stuff from another person, so. Shit happens, and you need to
get nothing.
You need to solve it.
Yeah.
Well, sadly, that's part of the industry. It's always been curious to me because I'm sure you guys have custom amps, you got custom guitars and things. Obviously, you can take your guitar with you fairly easily, but you're always working for a specific sound out of your instruments and your amps and everything. And then when you travel and you have to rent, and you can't really get that same exact sound and tone that you want. That's got to be frustrating. And how do you guys deal with that? What do you know what I mean?
We are actually trying to a new solution, like John just said. We're trying to have some preamps ready to fly, so we can take flights to go to other continents and have our own exact sound everywhere.
Okay,
we're working. Yeah, it's really frustrating. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's always been amazing to me, because especially when you go to a festival, like we just went to. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Aftershock Festival in California.
Yeah,
we were just
it's very big.
It's
very cool.
Yes.
It's a great. You guys got to come play it next year.
We'd love to do that.
Oh, we'd love to have you there. Listen, the array of bands that are there and the different styles, it was amazing to me to hear, like Zakk Wylde. He's got a distinct sound with what he does. And then you'll hear like Parkway Drive with their own sound, and the Reckless and Primus. Yeah. And to hear they were able to capture most of what their regular sound is, I think, without carrying all their gear with them. It's pretty crazy.
That's great. Yes. Mm-hmm. I mean, it will always get better, in my opinion, because also the amp producers, they're all working to make things smaller, so everyone can travel with their own stuff without having some problems. You know, everybody's working in that way,
making everything smaller. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
So, fellow, what were you like in high school?
I was the same, just without tattoos.
Just without tattoos. Were you a good student? Did you get what were your grades?
Initially, no, because I really didn't care much, and then as I got older, I tried harder, and it was pretty good, actually. I mean, I loved it.
Yeah.
I was just maybe too childish in the beginning, so I didn't see the reason why I was there.
Yeah.
And then as I got older, it was really better.
So now you said you started a band when you were 16 years old.
Yes.
And that I would assume is when you were in high school. So how did your peers take that? How did they respond to that?
it was pretty hard in the beginning because you have to convince your teachers, your principals, your parents that you are doing the right thing to go out on tour instead of going to school and doing stuff like that. And it's not really easy because you're still a kid, you know.
Yeah.
Nobody takes you seriously about stuff like that. And it's every kid's dream to go out on tour and play their music and be quote unquote a rock star. And then it's really hard to make them believe in you. But you know, my parents were really supportive, and I had that fortune, and everything went well in the end. So I'm really happy about it.
That's good.
So to be clear, you were touring when you were 16?
Not really long tours, but you know, shows outside of Switzerland, and then came back to go to school, and then travel again.
Oh man, that's bitching. I love to hear that. That's awesome, man. Awesome.
That's I know that like bands like Architects from the UK.
Yeah.
Do you know them?
Yes.
Yeah. They started a band when they were 14, and once I spoke with a girl that were going to school with a guitar player and the drummer, and she told me that they were like never in class because they were all the time already when they were like 14 and 15, and it's crazy to me. I mean, it's they really started at a young age. Maybe younger age than anybody. I mean, it's crazy.
Well, it's interesting because in the music scene, a lot of the places and the clubs you have to play are really adult oriented,
right.
and you're basically a kid playing these clubs, and it's got to be. It's somewhat intimidating, I'm guessing, at that age. I never played anything when I was that young, so I don't know.
Did, but
yeah, it's crazy. I mean, sometimes you get to play in places that you couldn't even enter. I mean, like you're underage for some clubs.
Yeah, exactly.
It's crazy. I mean, it's a strange feeling actually. And then you finish to play and they kick you out of the club because you can't stay there. So,
right. Wow.
It's something I never understood.
So John, tell me about you as a high schooler.
For me, it was pretty like for fella because I started playing bass very early age. But I never found some restriction by my parents because my mother she's a music lover, so she always tried to encourage me. My father is the opposite. He don't care about music very much, but he never tried to stop me because of he worked for an office as an employee for all his life, but he was never really happy about her job. That's why he simply let me find my own way, and nobody stopped me, never. And I'm really glad about that, and my parents for that.
Yeah, that's great.
Yes, it's very great. So I had my difficulties because it's never easy to speak to other people at school and to be a musician. I mean, we came from a place, Switzerland, who's full of banks and office, and the normal job is wake up in the morning and go to the office.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's difficult to tell to anybody else that there's another way to live your life or to kind of different jobs. But at the end, I haven't found a real restriction about that. Just, have care about myself, and I don't have many money. Okay, that's good. I do what I love to do, and I don't have any regrets about that. Absolutely,
that's the most important thing.
It is. Yeah, that's great. You bring up a really interesting point because you talked about where you're from, and your country is known for producing some of the finest things in the world. And in my opinion, in the metal world, including metal and rock because it's precision and there is never a hesitation for you guys to take it to the limit in your country, musically speaking. Do you think that's a cultural thing? Is that a difference there? Like everybody takes it to that next level because of where you're at?
Wow, that's a great question. I don't really know how to answer that, but it could be. It could be maybe. I don't know. It's if it's a real cultural thing, but you're actually often pushed to do the best and to do things precisely and to be on time and all that kind of stuff. And maybe it could be like, I don't know.
It's a kind of Swiss way to produce stuff. I don't know. But we are absolutely Swiss. I mean, we are influenced by our country and situations. We may say that we do our music job as we will do any other kind of jobs with the same preciseness. I don't know how to say in English. Precision. Yeah, we probably are. We try to be professional as much as possible in everything we do, and probably we'll do the same for another job.
Yes, that's true. That's a great question, actually.
You got to quit telling him it's a great question. His head's getting really big over here.
You guys are awesome. You've been awesome guests. Is there anything that we didn't talk about today that you'd like to bring to the listening audience?
Probably our focus at the moment is the release of the album, and we are totally focused on that. We talk each other each day about the songs, the tour, the album. We can't really wait to hear from the audience what we're thinking about the album, because we are sharing many stuff, and we can wait to bring a feedback probably. That's it.
Cool. Well, we're going to push it on our website. We're also going to push it. We're going to play the new song on the back of this conversation, and we're going to play it on our radio show. We have a weekly radio show on Rock Rage Radio.
I know. That's great.
We'll send you the details on that. We're going to play it there. And for the listening audience, also, how do they contact you guys? How does one get in touch with Dreamshade?
You can contact us on our social media, Facebook, Twitter. I don't know, Instagram, wherever. We run our own profiles, and we always try to reply to everybody. Yeah.
Nice.
That's good.
So did you say this coming week you're going to drop the next single on the 11th?
11th.
Yeah, the 11th. Yeah.
Okay. Can you tell us what the name of the song is?
Yes, it's Up All Night.
Up All Night. Okay, good. Well, we're looking forward to that. I'm excited. If it's anything like the first one, guys, we're in for a real treat.
It's a very different song, actually.
Oh, is it?
But it's so different. I mean, it's an experiment. Some of you will like it, some other will not, but there will be other songs. So
send it our way, and we'll play it on the show.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, glad to do that for you. You guys have really been a blast. Sorry about being a dick. I was just having fun, man. Just teasing.
Oh, I love it.
Thank you so much, Dreamshade, for joining us today on Honest Brutality.
Yes.
Had a wonderful time. Guys, thanks again.
Thanks to
Thank you.
Check this out. Here's what we want you to do. We always ask our guests to give us Honest Brutality in their most metal voice.
Honest Brutality!
Yes! Woo!
Wow.
Perfect.
I think I just peed a little.
What about you, John? Can you do it? Come on.
I'm the one of the band who did the clean backing vocals.
Can you give us a clean Honest Brutality? Can you sing us Honest Brutality?
Honest Brutality!
Yes, I love it.
We'll take it.
Woo!
Hey, guys, you've been so awesome. Thank you so much. We really
Yes.
appreciate it.
Sure.
So
Awesome.
nice. Thank you
Thank
very
you very much. You've been great. Hello, everyone. It's Fella and John from Dreamshade here, and we're dropping a new album on December 9th. It's called Vibrant, and you're listening to our new track, Dreamers Don't Sleep.
Ehi ragazzi, ciao a tutti, siamo i Dreamshade, state per ascoltare il nostro nuovo singolo. Bye bye, ciao.
I love it. Thank you.
Wow. I think he just called Sloppy a dick.
He did.
That's right.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's actually Chinese, but you don't know.